Hello and welcome to tomorrow's headlines. Today, I know I put it on there that's scheduled for 2:30, but I decided I would go live a little early because I have to leave and go somewhere soon. So, that's what yeah, I don't have an explanation. I actually don't even need to explain myself, do I? But I like to. All right. Actually, you know what's funny is I had a dream not too long ago where God corrected me and said that I defend myself too much. And biblically, it says God's supposed to be our defender, so I was like, if you say it, then it's true. So okay, so we got a few things to talk about. Brandy wanted something. She wanted me to say something. Oh, she wanted to say, please pray for her to find the right pillow that she's been looking for. She has a special need for a pillow, and she has tried every pillow under the sun. I'm telling you, I had one pillow when we first met, and then now on our bed we have probably 15 or 20 pillows, and she uses them to get comfortable and be positioned properly for her spine and all that stuff, and she can't find the right one. So she was asking me to ask y'all if you had any recommendations for great pillows. So that's help a woman out and let her know what you would recommend for a good pillow. So that would be very helpful. I'm sure she'll be excited to hear y'all's recommendations. Let's see. Also, you can partner with us. We would appreciate that. FiresideGrace.com is working. So a couple weeks ago, we were having issues with Wix. We didn't say anything. We were just, or with our website, we didn't say anything. We were just kind of trying to keep it together, and then it kind of hurt us in the long run here. So everything is fixed. We weren't hacked or anything. It was just an issue, a glitch in the website that just took forever, and it kind of hurt us. So if you guys would like to donate to help us, I mean, it hurt us. That's all I can say about that. I mean, it put us in a pretty bad situation. All of the information is scrolling right there at the bottom, or it's in the description if you want to see it as well. Hello, Keith Oakes from Pennsylvania. Hello, Kimberly Strom. Good to see you again. I don't have any recommendations, but she would like one too. Yeah, someone will tell us what it is, and I'll make sure to tell you. Walter from Texas. Hello. Valentina. I'm going to say Koopy. Hello. Andrew Miller. I shredded up an old memory foam and put it in a pillow zipper thing. Free memory pillow. Oh, kind of like My Pillow and what My Pillow does. She's tried those My Pillows before in the past, and they haven't worked for her to get it just right. I don't know. It's just, she goes through pillows, like finding the right one. It's difficult. Me, I've got one pillow. We have a silly saying in our house, and it's Brandy giveth the pillows, and Brandy taketh the pillows away. Hello, Venkat K from Seattle. How are you guys doing? I'm sure I could invite you guys in here for this. I mean, it's tomorrow's headlines today, though, so won't typically do that. But make sure that you come in on Mondays. Mondays at 2:30. We do our dream interpretation and prayer, and you can click the link that we put in the comment section on Mondays and join us live on the air, and I can talk to you, pray with you, etc. And honestly, there's not a whole lot of other people out there that are doing that are in the prophetic community. And I know there's probably risks with that. There's probably some weirdos that would try and jump in and stuff, but I'm a big boy in more ways than one. So, meaning overweight, not anything else. So, there's all that. Okay, so we got a couple people here signed on. Like and subscribe. Remember to like and subscribe. We only had 18 subscribers last month. That's how hard shadow banned we were. It was mostly because I said that Jesus is looking for justice in America, and he's not looking for a quick fix. Everyone's looking to Trump to do great things in America, and I'm sure he will, and I believe that he is ordained by God to be the leader of the nation. But also, hello, horse soldier, also, everyone's looking at Trump like he's going to be a quick fix. Everything's going to get better, but it's only short term. If we don't pray for God to move and bring justice to America, then what's going to happen? But look at what's been happening since we started to pray for justice to come into America. Supreme Court said Trump has presidential immunity. That's really, really huge. Things are going on in courts. The sentencing, quote-unquote sentencing, has been pushed off from July to September. So we need to continue to pray about this and pray for the Lord to do that. The Stormy Daniels case is now coming under question and under scrutiny. All kinds of things, So we need to continue to keep praying for justice in this nation and in the world, in fact. Because as we've been praying for justice, we've been seeing things change. We were praying for France. The Lord told us to pray for France. He even told us in advance that France would be in protests and riots. And I had said maybe a week or two ago that I was praying and I saw France burning. I saw a picture of like Paris or somewhere in France that there were riots going on and things were burning. And I heard a voice say very clearly, "Hey, Paul from Vancouver, hello." I heard a voice very clearly say, Paris is in trouble, or France is in trouble. I'd have to go back and look. And we started to pray. And then Macron lost the elections. And it flipped to a conservative party instead of liberal. That's huge. Guess what? We're praying the same thing for Canada, and the Lord's been showing me that if we pray for justice in Canada, which I'm sure all my Canadian friends have been doing. Hey, Chris Warren from Pennsylvania. All my Canadian friends have been praying for justice in Canada. Trudeau will be gone quickly, like that. He'll get arrogant again and think to himself, "Oh, I can have another snap election, and this time I'll actually do better." So that's what we need to do. See, we're praying and we're seeing things happen and change rapidly. Now, one thing I do want to point out is that I did have that dream where there was a guy called Houthi. Is Houthi or Houthi? I want to say it was Houthi was his name. His name was Houthi. Houthi. Okay? And he was talking to all of these countries, which were men also. Lebanon, Egypt, Syria, Iraq. There was other countries that he was talking to, but I don't remember. And he was saying to them, now is the time to attack Israel. We have to attack now and declare a global jihad, or else it won't happen. We have to do it now. And they were funneling troops in the countries that were bordering Israel underneath in tunnels into Jerusalem to try and attack, almost like a offensive type of attack, where they had infiltrated and were in among the crowds and then attacked out of nowhere. Okay, so that's something that we need to pray about also. And if you remember, for 2 years, the Lord told us to pray about Palestine, and I really feel like I dropped the ball on that because I only prayed a few times about it and then just kind of put it off, and then October 7th happened. And Palestine attacked, and specifically, the Lord said, pray for peace in Israel. Palestine is planning to attack Israel. Okay, so that's it. Like, even just now, I heard the Lord say, pray for the kibbutz. I'm not sure. That's what I was hearing, so we'll pray for that area also. All right, let's get into the tomorrow's headlines today. Like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. We're not reaching new people. We've been shadow banned by YouTube, okay? And I know that because the only views we had were 81% of our views were returning people, viewers, and then 19% was new. And we only had 18 subscribers. That has never happened in the history of us doing YouTube. Have we ever only had 18 subscribers? And we put out great quality stuff. So I know we're being shadow banned. That's because we talked about NWO, Trump coming back, all of the things that they don't like because we're conservative. Also, if we disappear, you can find us streaming on Rumble as well. All right, so I have to go meet somebody, a ministry partner. And then let's get this on. Hello, Keith Tilson also, and Got Wheels. Let's see. I had a dream the other night. I saw Elon Musk smiling, anticipating something, and Jeff Bezos was there. I also heard XRP was about to partner with Amazon in the dream. Well, great. Well, it will suck when Amazon goes under, but that's good for them in the long run. I do have some stuff to talk about Ripple and XRP in here as well. I actually have the majority of this is actually crypto stuff. It's actually 2 out of 5 or 6 things here. All right, so as I was praying this morning, I heard the Lord say, continue to pray for Australia. He said political upheaval is trying to come to the land. And so we have to pray now, and I believe that we're going to see this change, that we're going to see it flip-flop from a liberal party being in control to conservatives being in control. I saw a political upheaval trying to come to the land, and I saw a town, okay? How I saw it was spelled like Cabrera, but it was Canberra or something like that. I saw it written in the sky. Canberra or Cabrera's, however you say it. And it was being attacked by Satan. It was like Antifa was rioting again. They were trying to get their way through a temper tantrum. The violence in Canberra, however you say it, had spilled into Victoria as Melbourne began to erupt as well. So as I was praying, I felt like it was because conservatives who love their country and wanted the best for their country had taken office. And then what the Lord said was the People's Labor Party will be arrested. And then he said they will be stopped. So I guess something's going to go on. Something's going to happen in Australia. Specifically in Canberra, however it says. However you say it, all right? I think... Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's see. The Lord hears. All right, so this was for the prayer warriors in Australia. He said here, the Lord hears the hearts of the Australians and knows that the radical left does not represent the heart of Australia. So there's that. All right. All right, I was also seeing something going on in Australia, much apparently like America. Now, I don't keep up with Australian news. I don't know anything about Australia, really. Well, we have some friends in Australia. I had the most excellent time talking to somebody from Western Australia on our dream interpretation thing the other day, which was awesome. So I know that we have people in Australia that watch us, and I love that. And apparently they take what we say and they pray about it, and they see things change and see things happen, and that's awesome. Because leading a prayer movement is... I've never done it before. Have you known a lot of people who've initiated world-changing prayer movement? Because we have, apparently, and it's great. It sounds so weird to say, but it's awesome. So... I was seeing that there was, it was like a higher up, like second or third in charge woman who was like Muslim or something, but she was supporting Palestine, and what I saw was Palestinians supporting officials in the parliament were going to be removed, and it was almost as though there was a war. I don't know if it was like an internal thing, like if it was an internal political struggle or battle, but it was they were deemed not trustworthy to protect and defend their nation or their interests because they were conflicted with supporting Palestine and protecting their country. And so it was believed that they wouldn't be able to... They couldn't be trusted in a political position with the power and information that they had. In a war against people in the Middle East, because that is what we need to keep praying that it doesn't happen, but I keep seeing it's coming. Right? So they were being removed because of their support for Palestine, and I think we'll see this happen in America also. And because they supported Palestine and evidently hated their country, they would be removed from office in order to protect the nation because it was a conflict of interest. Okay, I saw this. The Lord said the Ukraine war is coming to an end. He said the push by Putin is going to be brutal and devastating. So if you're praying for Ukraine, you pray for Ukraine. Pray for the people to be able to withstand. Pray for the war to come to an end quickly. Pray for people to be safe and that no lives are lost and people are protected. And that God moves. Now, God has a plan to take Zelensky out, and he's going to replace Zelensky with a female president who's going to be relatively funny. And she's going to be more effective in her office than he is, and it's going to be kind of a radical thing where she's kind of like Milei or Trump or whoever, Bolsonaro, you know, these people who have risen up who've been very much more effective, all right? So she's going to rise up, and she's going to do a lot more for Ukraine and building the armies, etc., okay? So the Lord said there will be an uprising against the Ukraine during this time while they're being bombarded by Russia for human rights violations that are coming out, and like things of how they would treat homosexuals, what they were doing with women and children and elderly in times of war, and how they weren't being treated appropriately or properly or something like that. And so this stuff's going to come out. It's going to be in the news. And so it could look bad for Ukraine, and people will be like, just end it now, because this isn't helping anybody. Obviously, we don't want Putin to win, but we do want corruption to be rooted out also. So it's very hard. It's very hard to pray in that situation without partisan, to simply pray for the Lord's will to be done. I understand it's very difficult. It's difficult for me. I'm sure it's difficult for you as well. All right. The Lord said, with a change of leadership coming to America sooner than you believe, an economic relief will come for a short period of time. Now, it's the second time that the Lord's told me that. Gavin Newsom will be exposed for fraud and as the criminal that he is relatively soon. Okay, now here's Ripple. I saw Ripple breaking free. I literally saw like there was a roadblock, and all of a sudden that roadblock exploded. And it went poosh. Okay? So there was a big roadblock, and it exploded. I heard a very huge sigh of relief, like a like everybody was sighing in relief. And then there was a huge, great celebration of Ripple essentially winning their case ahead of schedule. And that was like the huge sigh of relief, was that it was ahead of schedule. It was going to come earlier than what people were expecting. Like, people were expecting, like, for example, if you were expecting it to be done by September, it came before September. I don't know what people are expecting. That's just an example. People will say, oh, well, September, it's supposed to be done by September. Now, if it does so happen to be settled before September, then it was a prophetic word. I'm just kidding. That's how... I feel like that's how some prophets are. They're like, I was just joking, but then it happened, so it must have been a prophecy. So anyway... I saw that they were winning their case ahead of schedule. That doesn't mean they actually won. I still felt like it was they had just settled, and it was pretty much an agreeable situation. Then I saw a huge shift coming, and walls that were pushed over that had been holding back the explosive growth of XRP. Now, right before the announcement was made, it was leaked that this was going to happen. Right before the announcement was made, people started dumping their coins, hoping to be greedy and get more, but it backfired. It was like the price would no sooner drop, and then it would shoot up, and it would kill a lot of people's attempts to get rich quick, because they couldn't offload it and buy it fast enough to be able to actually make money off of it. It was not like, this is a vision. I don't know that would happen in real life, but it was like it was just growing that fast. Okay. But it backfired on the people who were trying to do that and be greedy, okay? However, God showed me in the vision also that there were a lot of people, a lot of Christians. He specifically said he was blessing Christians that had set limits and had set up everything to sell and buy at a certain area, and they didn't miss a single penny. That's what the Lord had showed me. I saw that Christians who were praying, they were weeping and they were thanking God because they had been so blessed. They were so happy and so blessed. Like, I can't believe this actually happened. I see, like, the word hopium written and a big red circle X through it. So no more hopium. All right, here's the next one. I have 2 more here. I saw Shiba Inu taking a huge hike. Huge hike. I saw it going down like this, right? Slowly going down like this. And then I saw a big hike that went like that. And it didn't make a U. It didn't level out. It was like a big V. And then it came back down, and it came back down wide and slow. But let's say here was where it originally was, and about here was where it was after it had it boomed and then lost value. So on the downside, it did come down. I didn't see the exact price it went to, but it was a big gap like that. So and it was over the course of weeks or months. It didn't take long, it seemed, in the vision, but I don't know exactly. It could take weeks or months, and then it could be like a year from now. I don't know, right? And I'm not going to act like, oh, he's some kind of super prophet. And then I'm sure people will say something like, well, prophet should know. If God showed you, you should know. Well, no, sorry, we prophesy in part and see in part, so that's none of my business, though. So I saw Shiba Inu taking a huge hike almost out of nowhere. It was a big spike. However, it was an upside-down V. On the backside of the V, the price was still higher than it was before the spike up. It then stabilized and continued to grow at a steady rate. It wasn't growing like this, where it was, like going up like that. It was more like a going up like this. It was stable, right? I don't know what to tell you. It was stable. Okay, maybe it's a stable coin. I don't know. Something that maybe the Lord's trying to tell you. This is something worth investing in. I don't know. You know what my opinion was back in 2020, 2021 when I was first prophesying in this? I thought that it was a trash coin, but the Lord said that he was going to use it to bless people, even though it's not necessarily something that I want, whatever. But anyway, my opinion doesn't matter. All right, now this is the last one here. There will be a call for Facebook to come under new management as Zuckerberg comes under scrutiny and new lawsuits waged against him for his involvement in restricting free speech and weaponizing his platform as a political tool time and time again. So there will be retribution for what Zuckerberg has been doing there. Okay? So that's all that I have for the tomorrow's headlines today. Thank you for the 100 of you that showed up. Let's see, 92 on YouTube and 25 on Rumble. So thank you all for showing up. Appreciate it. So that's over 100 people. That's pretty great. I not do math in my head. So 111 people, 115 people at some point. So thank you guys. Appreciate you all very much. Remember to like and subscribe, share with your friends, get the word out. We only had 18 subscribers last month. I'm just absolutely blown away with that. We've never had such a terrible month. I don't know what happened. I guess I should keep my mouth shut. I feel like what it is the enemy's trying to tell me you shouldn't say things that are offensive to people. Well, forgive me. I will never stop saying things that are offensive to people if it's what the Word of God requires. Period. And if the Word of God offends you, and He tells me to say something that doesn't line up with what you think, I'm sorry. I will say what the Lord has told me to say, even if it means I'm rejected for it. I'm not here to build subscribers. If all we ever have is the 2,500 or 5,000 subscribers we have right now, then so be it. Because I know that I'm able to have a relationship with you guys, to get to know you, to meet you, and to see that things are changing in your life, and that's what matters to me. That I hear from people around the world that their lives are being changed because of the Word of God coming out in a more pure way. That's what matters. And everybody's going to come to that realization soon. I'm not an ear-tickling prophet by any means. All right. I love you guys. Be blessed. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. If you partner with us, help us. Brandy's actually in her shop right now. You might be able to hear the the saw and sanders and stuff going on in the background. She's in her shop working on some furniture right now to sell. But because of what happened with our website last month, it put us in a pretty good pickle, which we're almost out of the hole, but not quite there, right? So if you would like to partner with us and help us out, all the information is scrolling right down the bottom here. And, of course, it's in the description as well. Love you guys. Be blessed. I'll see you soon. Until next time, which is probably tomorrow. Bye.